What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to have an Epic Universe video for you because the brand new theme park, Epic Universe at Universal Orlando, is opening up in just a little over a month, and I seriously cannot wait for opening day. This is going to be the first time a brand new theme park has opened here in Orlando for, I believe, 25 years. So it's going to be an absolutely crazy day. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated rides and shows that are coming to Epic Universe when it opens on May 22nd. We obviously now know everything that is going to be inside the park when it opens. So my hype list is going to go from number 13, least anticipated, to number 1, my most anticipated ride or show coming to Epic Universe. Make sure you let me know in the comments what you are most looking forward to at Epic Universe when it opens. But let me not waste any more time. Let's get into my hype list for Epic Universe. Coming in at number 13 is going to be the Constellation Carousel inside of Celestial Park. Now, this is at the bottom of my list because it is a carousel, but this is not your typical merry-go-round. It features a variety of celestial creatures such as lions, dragons, and peacocks, each capable of rotating 360 degrees and rising 6 feet in the air. Beyond the traditional carousel turntable, it includes 4 smaller turntables. This, combined with the 360-degree rotation of the ride vehicle, adds an exciting spin to the experience of the Constellation Carousel. Now, this is way cooler than a traditional carousel that you would see in a theme park, but that doesn't help it much as it still is number 13 on my list. In the number 12 spot, we head over to How to Train Your Dragon, the Isle of Berk, for Fire Drill. This is where Vikings Rough Nut and Tough Nut have reimagined Berk's Fire School as Fire Drill, which is a family-friendly interactive boat ride. For this ride, you are on a boat at the Fire School, putting out targets with all of the water sprayers. This is a slow-moving outdoor ride, and I can imagine you're gonna get very, very wet on this ride, as it is Epic Universe's only water ride. And I can imagine at some point you will be going against other boats that are on the ride, shooting your water cannons at each other. So again, you are going to get very, very soaked. And I am not a huge water ride person, so that's why it does come in at number 12. We are staying put inside How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk for number 11, which is going to be Dragon Racers Rally. So this is what is called a Skyfly ride, and it is inspired by Berk's favorite pastime, dragon racing. This thrilling ride elevates guests skyward with the help of a Viking-engineered dragon riding trainer. So this ride is on a stationary platform and spins in a circle. But the really cool thing about this is you get to control your own wings on the ride, and you can spin around as many times as you want. So you're basically learning how to fly a dragon on this ride. And I think it's really cool how you can control those wings and make the ride experience different every single time you go on it. Now, this ride isn't as crazy as some of the other rides on this list where we get higher and higher up. So that's why Dragon Racers Rally does come in at number 11. Now into the top 10, we are moving over into Super Nintendo World, my number 10 most hyped attraction, which is going to be Yoshi's Adventure. Now, this is a slow-moving family attraction on top of Super Nintendo World, where you are going to be able to take a ride with Yoshis searching for glowing eggs in this enchanting family attraction in Super Nintendo World. On Yoshi's Adventure, you'll weave your way through the iconic Mushroom Kingdom landscapes, encountering a lot of familiar characters and spotting hidden colored eggs along the way. Now, for me, I'm not too crazy about finding those hidden colored eggs. What I'm really looking forward to for this ride is all of the views you are going to have of Super Nintendo World. I have never gotten to experience a Super Nintendo World, so I'm really excited to just step foot into that land and see everything. But this ride, you're going to be going across the top of Super Nintendo World, which is going to create some crazy views of the land. Now, they do not have this ride over in Super Nintendo World in Hollywood, but they do have it over in Japan. So if you all have ever experienced Super Nintendo World, let me know your thoughts on the land down below, as I cannot wait to experience this very, very soon. But yeah, Yoshi's Adventure reminds me a lot of the People Mover over in the Magic Kingdom, which is one of my favorite rides at Disney. It's just super relaxing, great views of the Magic Kingdom. So I can imagine I'm going to like Yoshi's Adventure a lot, even though it is not as exciting of a ride as they have in Epic Universe. The views are going to make it worth it. Staying in Super Nintendo World, and coming in at number 9 is going to be Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, where you'll get to put on special goggles with augmented reality and steer through the iconic courses alongside Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. This interactive ride, you'll be able to collect digital coins and throw shells to try to defeat Team Bowser and win the Golden Cup. Now, I grew up playing Mario Kart, so I'm really excited for this ride, but you all might be a little bit confused on why it does come in at number 9. There are tons of great rides and shows coming to this park, so it was hard for me to put this above any of those. And also, I have heard not a ton of great things about the Mario Kart attraction from friends who have ridden it over in California. So it does come in a little bit lower on my list, but I do think it's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, it looks like it's a very interactive game, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then obviously I've seen the queue from Hollywood, which looks amazing, and I cannot wait to see. But I do still think I'm going to enjoy this attraction, just not as much as the other ones. So that's why it does come in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 and moving over into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic. And the first show on my list, this is going to be the Circus Arcanus. Now in this show is going to contain a ton of different fantastic beasts, a mix of live performers, amazing puppetry, and a ton of special effects. I think this is going to be a really cool show, a live Harry Potter show inside of a theme park. I cannot wait to see it, but we really don't know much about it, other than the fact that it's going to contain some fantastic beasts, obviously magic, live performers. I don't know much else about it, so that's why it does come in at number 8 on my list. And even though we don't know much about this show, I can't wait to go see it. And now back over to the Isle of Berk for number 7, and another show on this list, The Untrainable Dragon. Now, this show is about a new dragon showing up on the Isle of Berk, where the Vikings think they have finally met their match. Hiccup and Toothless, with the help of Gobber and Astrid, work together to try to solve the mystery of the untrainable dragon. Now, this show is going to have you experience the wonder of dragons on stage and flying over your head while you watch the show, and I seriously cannot wait to see this one. Now, this is the show that I'm really looking forward to inside of Epic Universe. And I have finally watched all of the How to Train Your Dragons movies before I get to go to Epic Universe. I did my homework, and all I gotta say is those are some amazing movies. I can't believe it took me that long to finally watch those. But now I get to experience the untrainable dragon inside of Epic Universe, and I cannot wait. Coming in at number 6 is going to be the Curse of the Werewolf coaster over in Dark Universe, my most anticipated land in all of Epic Universe, so I cannot wait to go and check this out. Now, this is a family roller coaster that sends you spinning and weaving through the forest as you try to escape a pack of werewolves. This looks like a really fun family coaster that a lot of people can enjoy, and we get a coaster inside of Dark Universe, which is so cool to me. Now, this ride does make me think of 2 other coasters that I have been on before. Obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind here in Epcot, but also Crush's coaster over in Walt Disney Studios at Disneyland Paris. Very similar, as you know, the coaster is going on the track, you are spinning in your ride vehicle. It doesn't look like it is super intense of a roller coaster, but I will say it does spin. So if you are prone to motion sickness, I would look out for that. And not a ton of theming on the coaster as well, but you do get to ride around Dark Universe on a roller coaster, which I think it is so cool, and that is why it does come in my number 6 spot, but doesn't just crack my top 5. Now into the top 5 and back over into Super Nintendo World for Donkey Kong Minecart Madness. Now, this is a roller coaster inside of Donkey Kong Country, which is inside of Super Nintendo World. Now, the cool thing about this attraction is it has 2 tracks, so a real track on the bottom and a fake track at the top, and it's going to make the cart look like it is jumping from track to track, jumping over water, splashing through water, just like the Donkey Kong video game. I was so excited when this got announced that it was coming to Super Nintendo World, because I know Super Nintendo World in Japan has it, but now we get to have it here inside of Epic Universe. And I also can't wait to see this in person, to see that effect of the cart looking like it is jumping from track to track, and the outside of the ride looks beautiful, the waterfall. This is gonna be a really fun family coaster that I cannot wait to ride. Coming in at number 4 and back over into the Isle of Berk is going to be Hiccup's Wing Gliders. This roller coaster is a winged flying machine that launches aspiring dragon riders into the air, swooping and soaring and encountering Hiccup and Toothless along the way. The really cool thing about Hiccup's Wing Gliders is that this coaster goes all the way throughout Isle of Berk. So you get to see the entire land on this coaster, go over the water, which I think is a really cool thing that they did with this coaster. They could have put it over to the side, made it something not as crazy, but they made it go all throughout the land. Being on this coaster and flying through the Isle of Berk is going to be insane, and probably one of my favorite things to do at Epic Universe, and that is why it is so high up on my list here at number 4. Doesn't crack the top 3 though, because we've got some heavy hitters at the top. But this is going to be a really fun family coaster that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy, And I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of people have this as their favorite ride. Number 3, and back over into Celestial Park for the second ride inside of that area, this is going to be Stardust Racers. Now, this is going to be one of the big thrilling attractions at Epic Universe. Now, this coaster is a dual launch roller coaster, which reaches up to 62 miles per hour. This is where you're going to board a Comet and rocket to the furthest reaches of the stars at heights of up to 133 feet long. There is 5,000 feet of track, and like I said, it's a dual launching coaster. So you're going to be racing along an inverted crisscross known as the Celestial Spin. Universal has released some ride footage of this, and it looks insane. And I've had some friends who have already been able to ride Stardust Racers, and some of them are saying it is up there with Velocicoaster as one of the best roller coasters they have ever been on. And others have said it is even better than Velocicoaster, which is crazy to me because I thought if there is something that is, close to, right on the level of Velocicoaster, it is an insane roller coaster. But people are saying this is the best roller coaster that Universal Orlando has, and I am so excited to ride it. I'm also really excited for this because I used to be a huge fan of Dueling Dragons back in the day, which was a dual coaster in Islands of Adventure. So it's kind of like they are bringing this back, sort of, in a way. It's still a dual coaster, and I used to love Dueling Dragons. It used to be my absolute favorite ride in all of Universal Orlando until they took it away, unfortunately. But we did get Hagrid's, so that is nice. But yes, this dual launching coaster, Stardust Racers, is going to be one of the bigger thrill rides inside of Epic Universe. And I can't wait to see if it is actually better than Velocicoaster or not. If any of you have ridden it, let me know down below in the comments if you think it is better than Velocicoaster. And if you haven't ridden it already, let me know. Do you think it has a chance to be better than Velocicoaster? Who knows? And now on to the top 2, and I will tell you, it was tough to rank these 2 rides at Epic Universe. You have Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, and then you have Universal Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan. I also love Harry Potter. And these 2 rides are definitely going to be the big hitters inside of Epic Universe. So again, super hard to rank. But here we go. On to the top 2. Coming in at number 2 and back over into Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic is going to be Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. Now, from what I've heard about this ride, this is going to be unlike anything we have ever been on. Now, as far as this ride, you're going to actually be able to travel by Metroflux from Paris to the British Ministry of Magic, where Dolores Umbridge is about to stand trial. Board a lift, and if you don't know what those are, it's an elevator with Harry, Ron, and Hermione as you journey deep into the Ministry's many departments. A thrilling adventure, a bunch of fantastic beasts, and unexplored mystery await in this ride at Epic Universe. And I really love the idea of traveling by Metroflux from Paris to the British Ministry of Magic. I think that's going to be such a cool effect to actually experience. Because when you go on the Hogwarts Express, you get to go through 9 3/4, and they have that cool effect that makes it look like you're actually going through the wall. So I can't wait to see this Metroflux effect in person and in the grand reveal of the queue for this ride. But for me, this ride has to go at number 2. I know it's going to be number 1 on a lot of people's lists, and it potentially has the chance to be the number 1 theme park ride in Orlando. Now, this does come at number 2 on my list. I just couldn't put it at number 1, and I know this is going to be a ton of people's favorite ride inside of Epic Universe. I have heard nothing but great things about it so far, and it probably has the potential to be the number 1 ride in all of Orlando. But for me, it does come at number 2 on my list, but that doesn't mean I am not really, really excited, because Universal always does a great job with their Harry Potter attractions. But for me, I just couldn't put it above the next one. And coming in at number 1, my most anticipated ride in all of Epic Universe is going to be Universal Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. And if you couldn't tell already from the beginning of this video, and the whole time you've been watching, I've been wearing the Frankenstein Manor t-shirt from Epic Universe. No, I've not been yet. I had a friend get this for me for my birthday. Super cool, awesome shirt of the Manor. But that is my number 1. And I cannot wait to experience a Universal Monsters dark ride I don't know what else to say. But this ride is where you're going to see Dr. Victoria Frankenstein continue her work of her ancestors deep below the family estate in the manor. But a demonstration of her experiments to control monsters goes awry when Dracula leads a revolt of enraged monsters, including the Wolfman, the Mummy, the creature from the Black Lagoon, and more. Once again, I've had friends go on this. I have heard nothing but great things about this. I heard it is incredible. Will have your jaw dropped as you are riding throughout the entire attraction. I cannot wait to experience this. I don't know how I'm going to react when I walk into Dark Universe and see the manor and go on the ride. And it's not all screen-based. As you can see here, there are going to be a ton of different animatronics inside of this ride. And I know I've said it a ton of times, and I'll keep saying it more and more and more, but I cannot wait for Monsters Unchained. This could easily be my favorite ride in all of Orlando. We get a Dark Universe based on the Universal monsters. I'm a big Halloween Horror Nights fan, so I cannot wait to experience this land as a whole. And what makes me even more excited about this ride is that Universal has even stated, this is the scariest ride they have ever made. So there's probably going to be a ton of jump scares. It's going to be like Halloween Horror Nights put into a ride kind of thing, which I cannot wait to experience. If they say this is the scariest ride they've ever made, then I believe we are in for a treat. Well, maybe some of us. Maybe some of you don't like the Universal Monsters and won't be riding it. But I know I can't wait. So there it is, my hype list for every single ride and show coming to Epic Universe when it opens on May 22nd of this year. You all, I cannot wait to experience a brand new theme park. I will be there opening day and the day after. And I know once I step through those gates of Epic Universe, I am going to flip out because of how excited I'm going to be to experience every single thing in that park. If you're going to be at Epic Universe on opening day, let me know down below in the comments. It is going to be such an exciting day. A brand new theme park is opening here in Orlando. First time in like 25 years. It's going to be a crazy day. So I know it's going to be hectic, crowded, but I cannot wait to experience an opening of a brand new theme park. But like I said, that is my hype list for every single ride and show coming to Epic Universe when it opens. But let me know down below in the comments what you are most looking forward to at Epic Universe, which land, which ride, is it a food item? Let me know down below in the comments. I cannot wait to see what you all are most excited for when this park finally opens. It has been a long time coming, but we are just a few short weeks away, just a little bit over a month from Epic Universe opening up. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new here to the channel, as I do have a ton of videos coming out in the next couple of weeks and months. But like I said, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.